Yo, we live, guys. What's going on? What's going on with everyone tonight? Welcome to another episode, another live stream with me, your boy G here. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And yeah, tonight's gonna be pretty casual. Just if you have any questions or any tickers you want me to take a look at, definitely put those in the comments. I also do have a few stocks to look at this week. And do you guys think the Santa rally is canceled, or you guys think we still got this one in the bag? Let me know in the comments. I did do a poll as well. Pretty set up here on the setup here now. So yeah, I'm feeling good. But please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for other videos like this, or hit the notification bell so you know when I go live and you can join me for the next one. But I quickly want to go over the stock market and give you guys an idea, kind of the shift and focus and stuff, and just give you guys the sentiment going into next week. And I do think it's going to be a slow week. We might still have a Santa rally, but I'll let you guys decide that. Let me go ahead and start with some of the economic data and just give you guys an update of what happened last week. So if you guys have been following the market, it's been a pretty bad start, pretty bad and terrible ending to the week. Big red on Friday. Not as bad as I thought it was. It's only down like 1%. But the main focus is going to be recession fears now, and that's because kind of shifting over that to a slowing economy, and so that is becoming the big thing. Not to mention Mr. Fed Powell was talking very hawkish, which is in another word bearish, and he was basically telling us that we're going to continue to raise these interest rates and keep doing them as long as inflation is still high, still sticky. So without any backing, like we've had some data come in, but without like a longer time frame of data where it's clearly showing a downtrend, we can either keep raising rates or at the very least keep them at that level, and that's just going to add a lot of pressure to equities and stuff, right? So people are going to want to hold cash or sell out of stocks because they're going to be seeing some downside. And now with the rising recession fears, that's just another factor to add to the sell-off. Not to mention that the market was going on a huge rally. November, I'm not sure if October was bullish, but just really going on like a rally with no backbone really. And so now that we actually got the Fed decision rate and all that, we gotta kind of retrace and lose some of those gains that we had. So that's basically a small recap. Basically what I'm saying is investors are now fearing recession more than they're actually talking about the inflation itself. So you can kind of see a shift in people's data. So back a few months ago, we were talking about how bad news would be good news for the economy, but basically that paradox is going to shift now. So if it's a bad news on data, then it's most likely going to be taken negatively. So that's just basically the main thing I want to talk to you guys about that here. So stock market paradox, in which bad news about the economy seem as good news for equities, because that was telling us that the interest rate hikes were basically taking effect, and it was starting to cut down on some of the economy and the high employment rate and stuff. But now that the inflation is staying above and the numbers, the economy slowing down, that's basically signs of recession. So that's basically the main shift that's happening there. So investors now should expect bad news to be bad news for stocks heading into the new year, and there's going to be plenty of that because the data is going to keep coming in month to month, and analysts and everybody's going to be having their eyes on it. So that's the main thing there. Just kind of shift from bad news is good news to bad news is actually bad news now. All right. And one other thing I want to show you guys is investors are changing their focus, right? But let me just give you guys like another technical analysis here. Need that Santa rally the next 2 weeks? You for real? We'll look at the charts, Rocky. I'm gonna give you my opinion, but I'm always wrong. So the Santa rally might come true this year around. But basically, we're basically on track to go lower this week because investors are shifting to more of a damage from the reserve, basically point of view or whatever, where we just came off bad news, and then Fed Powell was still bearish, right? So we could be seeing a lower leg down. And I do also want to tell you guys that this like rally with no backbone was just like a technical bounce. That's what a lot of analysts are saying. So SPY basically under 3,900 is just telling us that everything that we gained from October up to now was just a technical bounce and nothing like with backbone, like I said earlier. But let's take a look at the actual numbers, because I think we closed at like in the 380s or something. And just one thing I want to point out is we're not down too much. I think most of the downside was done on Thursday. We're only down about 4 points. That's because algos and some of the permables are not quite ready to throw in the towel. This is the main thing I want to show you guys, is the average volume. So average volume is 91,000, but you see the volume for Friday was 119,000 or 100 million, 119 million. And so what I want to show you guys is going into next week, I would be expecting around 50, which is going to be way below average. And the reason I say that, because if you go to historical data, usually like, for example, last Thanksgiving, like the week of Thanksgiving, we had very low volume that week. And that's because a lot of traders used to just step away, go on holidays, or just don't want to be involved with the market. So I'm thinking similar situation here coming up for these next 2 weeks. Definitely for most likely for this coming week, we'll probably see around 60 to 70 million on average. Whereas you can see the average right now is like almost 100 million. But I do expect maybe a slowdown in volume. And another thing to back that up is going to be last year's. So you can scroll all the way down to 2021 December. And I'll show you guys some of those numbers for that Christmas week from last year. So this is the Christmas week from last year, and you can see similar volume as what I'm basically predicting, around maybe 70 to 50, anything from 50 to 70 million for that Christmas week. And then once the holidays are over, starting like, January 1st of the year, people will start buying back in, and we can start seeing a higher volume, which means we're back to day trading and stuff. But you can still make money and stuff. It's just going to be a slower week, I think. But yeah, I do want some of the rally. But let me close out my puts first. Am I right? Let me go ahead and shift over to the charts, and we'll take a look at the chart. And I'll give you guys my bullish and my bearish thesis. And if you guys have tickers, just let me know and we can look at those too. Any stocks that you guys have in mind, let me know, and we'll cover those on the channel. But the main thing I want to show you guys, and I think everybody and their grandma knows about this, is the downtrend, right? So we have this downtrend, which is a clear indication that we're in a bear market and we're basically could see lower levels or trade at lowers. So here was clear uptrend. We were basically bullish all of last year, 2020, 2021. So the crash, and then clearly an uptrend. But now we're on the downtrend, which is everybody talking about this rejection. And we have basically 4 points of contact here, 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 and here. So, and you can see the levels are getting bigger. So we could see as low as 330. Now, it's not going to be like a straight shot. You can see this thing used to sell off, come back, sell off, and then kind of finish off. Now, also notice that this is on the weekly, right? So in previous sell-offs, you usually have like 2 or 3 weeks of sell-off. Then you have a little consolidation phase. So that's maybe something we could see. We could see maybe one more red week and then sideways consolidation before another direction. And that would also kind of make sense because we do have pretty strong supports. So I'm thinking low of like 376, anywhere from 376 to 380, because we do have like a gap fill down here. So I think at this point, 383, we come down to 380, and then possibly fill the gap all the way down to, what was it? Well, yeah, 379, but for some reason I wanted to say 376. So yeah. Technically, I'm bearish, and basically you can see this trend here. I've actually posted this chart on Twitter, so you guys can follow me there. But I had this trend here going here for a while, and once we broke that, it basically gave you the go-ahead signal that we were gonna change trends. So just to kind of give you guys an example, when we were underneath this trend, we were technically bearish, right? Once we got above that, you kind of break above, come back down, and then confirm a change in trend. So now we could have this pullback. Well, we have a trend break. We could have a pullback back up to see if we can reclaim this level, but if we can't reclaim it, then we would definitely go further down. So in my opinion, short term 378, well, 376 to 380, but the bottom would definitely be 370, and then maybe we have a relief bounce there and see how things hold up. Not to mention that we also have, or expected to have, low volume, since it is going to be the Christmas holidays and stuff. So that's how I'm feeling. Rocky's still feeling, I think he wants to rally. So for the upside, we would definitely retouch like 392, 393. That seems to be the level of resistance now. And one thing I forgot to point out, but we actually also have this, and I can probably show you guys better on the daily time frame. But we have, like, I know this doesn't look like a head and shoulders, but this is actually technically a head and shoulders in my opinion. And we have like a shoulder here, a head, and then another shoulder. And so we have the breakdown there basically confirmed. So I would be expecting the downside to be close to the bottom. But on the other hand, usually when you get these type of patterns, it usually indicates like a change in trend. So if you have like a head and shoulders pattern here, so we're basically in a bullish trend, followed with a change in pattern here. Now we're technically changing trend to the downside. So I would not be afraid to be taking more puts on and stuff. Obviously, it's not going to be straight shots down. The algos are still active. They're still turned on. So they're not going to make it easy for bears or bulls to make money right now. But just got to, take profits. So just going off of this trend here, we could see the low of 370. So I would expect maybe some resistance here, or support, as I would say, some support there. But yeah, this is the head and shoulders here. And what I was going to show you guys is this is basically the pattern, and then you just copy that distance down here. And so yeah, expecting like about 378, 380 down here. That would be the end of the pattern, I would think. And then you obviously you could see more downside, since it is a pattern that changes trends. So what do you guys think? That's just a quick recap on all that. Only took about 10 minutes. Some of the stocks that I was gonna look at, I have a list already ready for you guys. So it's gonna be Microsoft, Tesla, SoFi, and then maybe some China stocks, and we'll take a look at all those. Also be looking at maybe some unusual flow from options from the unusual whales. And I have my link there if you guys want to save 5%. Obviously, you can use my code, and you can sign up for free. And then later, if you want to upgrade, you'll still get the 5% if you use my option code there. It's called Option Spike. So definitely take advantage of that. But also, I wanted to show you guys a earnings holiday special for this week. Like I said, it's going to be a low volume, but we do have some big names coming out. And I was actually interested in CarMax. I don't know if you guys saw what happened with Carvana, but it could provide a big move. Also Micron. I know most of the earnings are pretty much done, but these are actually still pretty interesting names, I would say. Micron, Carnival, also kind of related to Carvana. The reason I say that is because Carnival has a huge debt load, and so there could be a possibility these guys go bankrupt. Now, pre-pandemic, I would never think that Carnival would go bankrupt. It was like a $50 stock. But with all the debt that they've basically incurred, that's definitely a possibility. So let me know what you guys think. These are definitely some of the ones that I would be interested in playing. I think that's about it. Everything else is going to be more boomer, old head type, so I'm not going to bother with it. Let me see a really quick couple votes. We got 2 votes. Santa Rally, yes, of course, and then no, it's canceled. So we got 1 and 1 right now. It's only 2 votes. But if you guys want me to cover some of these, let me know in the comments or in the chat, and we'll add those to the list. This is all raw material. I haven't scripted anything, so we're going to do this all live. But no pressure. We're all casually just hanging out. I want to go over one stock, since nobody wants to talk about any stocks or has any ticker request. Let me talk about Tesla, because I did talk about this one previously and one of my other streams. So we've basically all know about the head and shoulders pattern, right? We have the shoulder, the head, the shoulder. Oh, I'm sorry. The shoulder, the head, and then the second shoulder there. So long term, I think this is probably going to come down to maybe $40 or $50, I think. Is that right? But that's not going to be a straight shot down, because we do have a very good area of consolidation here, like 130 to 150. So temporarily, short term, if the markets hold up, or if we do have this Santa rally, then we could bounce off this support that we're in right now. So this is 150. It's pretty strong level, and like I showed you guys, a lot of trading, like maybe a week or two. This is like a month of trading here that we just kind of went in this range here, highlighted in red. So we could possibly bounce it off of this level and maybe retest 165, 166, just to see how we react at those levels. It could even go as high as like 184, 185. So this is one that's definitely going to be interesting to see how the market's behaving. I do want to note though that the MACD is still technically bearish, momentum is bearish, and then the MACD basically crossed underneath the signal. So all of these are indicators that are leaning to more downside. So to the bear side, I would think to the lows 130 would be, like 135, and it could pretty much do that pretty fast, because once it breaks this 150, more stop losses and just pickup in volume is going to happen, I think. So I would be thinking more downside if we start breaking some of these levels. It'll all come down to the index at the end of the day, but this one's definitely going to be interesting to watch this week. Just because, I mean, how much did it sell off in a couple of weeks, couple days? I mean, it's just sold off about 25%, I would say, since early December, which is like 2 weeks. It's lost about 25, about 30%, I would say, anywhere from that in just a week or 2 weeks. So at some point, it's got to have a little small dead cat bounce. So that might be an opportunity to get some puts if you're interested in seeing more downside for this one. So Tesla for sure going to be on my watch list. The one that I'm currently in is going to be NVIDIA. And this is just one that's been outperforming. So it's got so much meat on the bone. And I really am excited for this one. Finally starting to get some bearish momentum in this one. It's been pulling back down. And some of the trend lines that I'm watching are going to be broken already. So this was the main one that I was focused in, and then this is the next one that I'm watching here. So about 155, 160, then things are going to get really interesting, because you can see this thing just kept going on. It bounced off and kept going up. So this one has been very strong, and it's just outperforming the market right now. But if you look at some of the other sectors like AMD, where it had similar setups, but they actually failed. So AMD looks very similar, had the similar setup, but it actually failed to break. And then you can see pretty much an aggressive sell-off after that, right? And so from then until now, it's been down about 10%. So that's going to be another interesting one. But the one that I really am interested in is Microsoft. And that's going to be MSFT. And I'm waiting for this one I'm going to take to the upside if we are bullish. I saw some flow come in for this one. And I'll pull that up, I guess. If you guys have any that you want me to look at, let me know. But I saw some flow come in for this one, so I'm going to show you guys. Basically, what I'm going to do is we'll just do Microsoft, just so I can show you guys. I think it was the 150s for like the 250s or something. Let me show you. I don't actually remember. It was, I think, pretty obvious it was bullish. I can just pull it up. It might have been, no, it wasn't these. It was it? It was $1 million order. It might have been these actually, the 252s. Yeah, it was the 252s, which would mean a 3% to the upside, almost a 4% to the upside. And the reason I like these is because it's got good volume versus open interest. So these are most likely positions being opened. So we have 9,100 in volume, a total premium traded of 1 million, and then 874 open interest. So these are the ones I'm interested in. And then I guess you could definitely take a look at the other ones, but these do seem to be more bearish, or they came in with the bearish tag. But this one I definitely thought was weird. And I think I saw this one come in a single order. Let's just look at it actually. So I'll click on it here. We'll click on show flow. And what we're going to do is just add some filters to it. Size, let's just do like 20 just to get the bigger orders in. There's sweeps, but we might need to go higher actually. So let's do like 75. All right, so here we go. Okay, so there wasn't any big orders. It was all basically in the morning. It was people buying these in about 24K size, about 24Ks. So actually there's not a big order. It was just a lot of money being traded for these. So it might be actually normal, but I definitely caught my attention because we are still technically, if we can bounce off of this support, we can still technically be bullish. And then I guess going to the bigger time frame, it's got a lot of consolidation around here. So basically what I mean by that is this area here, I mean, it's not going to be easy to break under. So I guess like anything from 240 to 245, I guess if it breaks 240, then it's game over. Most likely we come down here and fill the gap. But just having a lot of areas of consolidation here is going to be good for the stock here, right? Because it's going to be as a good support. So that's why I like this one as a potential upside if the indexes are strong. Plus, I think I was talking about inverse head and shoulders around here. Obviously, it looks like it hasn't played out yet, but there's a possibility of inverse head and shoulders, which kind of looking at it second thought, it looks like it may have failed the breakthrough, which would be bearish. Wow, so I guess if I was to be a gambling man, I do like the support here, right? But at the same time, it looks like it got rejected on that some sort of inverse head and shoulder, which is technically a bearish rejection, right? So that means we could see further downside on this one, actually. So maybe down to that gap fill that we noted out earlier as well. Interesting. So I guess you can play this one both ways, but I'm thinking, yeah, I would just watch this one actually, because very strong support level here around 240. But then if it does break, yeah, we'll probably come down here and fill the 227, 230 gap down here. So this one can actually go both ways, thinking about it now. And I don't know if you guys see the pattern there. It's a inverse head and shoulders, low key kind of. This is basically what I see on it. So this one's definitely one I'm interested in. And actually look at the MACD across underneath bearish momentum. So yeah, this one might have some downside. The reason I'm scared to get puts is this consolidation. It's not going to be easy to flush through. I don't think it is, right? And it's got history back here too. So yeah, a lot of history back here. So usually when it bounces off pretty aggressive here. So if it comes down and bounces and market stabilizes or they find a reason, then it's going to shoot back up to like 260. So it's like you gotta pick a direction, I guess. That didn't go as planned. SoFi is my next one. This one's actually very interesting. It's been beat down very bad. The first thing I want to point out is this trend. Ooh, that did not come out like I planned. This trend, this was like a bearish trend. This was our last bearish trend. And we basically are outside of it now. So technically we could be bullish. And if you guys look at the pattern recently, it looks like it's consolidating in like a pennant or bull flag formation. So I'm expecting the possibility of a breakout for this one. And if it does break out of like, I think it's like 490, 480 or something around this range, then it could have a big move. That's not what I wanted to do. Man, everybody is quiet right now. Nobody has any ticker request. But anyway, this is one that I'm interested in because there could be another inverse head and shoulders pattern here. So we have a shoulder, a head, and possibly another shoulder. So if we break out of this trend, and I can highlight that out for you, if we break out of this like 490, 480, then it would be a very bullish pattern. And basically the upside would be from like 490, you could say $5 just to be safe, but it could go back up to like 550. Now that doesn't look like much, it's like 50 cents, but for a $5 stock, it's gonna be a pretty good move. It's gonna be like a 13 or 10% move at least. So this one's definitely one to watch. And another reason I like this one is after the huge sell-off, this one's actually been holding up pretty well. So there could be, talks of a short squeeze rally or some kind of meme tag associated to this. So there's definitely that possibility too. So this one's one that I'm definitely interested in. If I was to get any position with this one, it would most likely be shares just because it moves very slow and you don't really know when it's actually going to pop. But like I said, you can make a good 13-20% move from this level. The only thing, like I said, I think in some of my previous streams, is this one has a pretty good amount of debt that's due this year. So there's always that FUD, and it's got the crypto thing associated to it as well, so people can just kind of be short on it for no reason, or for some sort of reason. But I do like this one. This is definitely my top 3 play. And then I guess the other thing is going to be China stocks. So China stocks, the main thing with China is I like what's going on with the Hang Seng, and this is basically the index for Hong Kong. And the reason I like this one, I basically cleared my chart already, but we had some sort of bull flag here. Basically what that looks like is like something like that. And so then you would get the breakout, something like this. Copy that over here. So it could be that the pattern is complete, but I'm expecting a little bit more upside. And the main thing I like the China stocks for is the support level is going to be very good for it, like right here. So if it can hold this 19,300, then we could see a nice bounce. It's similar to this right here. Basically what it's doing is move up, consolidate, and then it could go another leg up, right? So that's ideally what could happen. That's also considering if there's no bad news over the weekend, which I haven't looked into any China stuff, but that's definitely a possibility, and we could definitely follow up with some of the other China plays. The last thing on this Hong Kong index stuff is the downtrend's been broke. So we had a downtrend here, and you can see we're technically above it now. So low key, I would look at China stocks. I think one that would definitely be interesting would be BABA, of course, but Dual has just been hovering above this level for a while. And so just ideally, this would be some consolidation here. And so after consolidation, you can definitely get a next move up. So like example here, you had some consolidation, then you actually broke under. So similar like that, consolidation, break under, or, you can move to the down or to the up. We do have a gap down here, I guess, something to look there. MACD's crossing, so it could be a bearish week for China. But if you guys look at the SPY, we were basically down all week, and then if you go back to the HK, it's not showing up. HK50. Oh shit! I just deleted something off my watch list. Okay then. Yeah, the market didn't take it as bad, right? The market actually closed green, whereas the SPY closed red. So it could be money moving into China equity and stuff. But let me know your thoughts. I think this is all interesting stuff. And one other thing, I know I've already talked about China, but this could also be an inverse head and shoulders here. And it's a clear breakout. It's like retesting this neckline. Right, so you have a inverse head and shoulders right here. That's technically bullish. It looks like a head and shoulders, at least to me. So I mean, the breakout for this would be even higher than actually anticipated, which would be, let's just say the neckline is here. Copy that bad boy up here, and you could even retouch the highs up here. Wow. So like 21, almost 22 on the Hong Kong 50 index. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So a lot of possibilities there, and I think we'll stay bullish as long as we stay above this trend here, this one right here. So that's all good stuff, I think, in my book. Let me know what you guys think, and if you have any other tickers, definitely put those in the chat as well. So let me see what time we got. We got 30 minutes. I was watching the football game, but I remembered that I didn't make the playoffs, so I just turned off the game. I got Stephon Diggs, but again, I didn't make the playoffs, so I just turned it off. And I didn't even put him in. I put Christian Watson. Yeah, the Green Bay's wide receiver. He's been balling out. BHC is the other ticker that I was low-key kind of interested in. Forgot why I like this one. Oh yeah. So this is like a health stock, and the reason I don't even know what this stock does, to be honest. I found it on Unusual Whales, so that's why I'm interested in it. I saw some big money come in on this one, and so it's the $8 calls for December 30th. I saw 4,000 in volume. It's not a lot of money, but it is for this stock, right? It's a $9 stock. $74,000 came into it. So this one's a reason that I'm low-key kind of interested in. It had a good amount of volume, and then guess I could share the puts, but there's not really that many puts that came in. It's all calls to the upside. So you got 850, 750s, and then $8. So there could be news on this. So that's the reason that I want to follow up on this one. And basically, from the chart perspective, I like it because we are holding this uptrend here, and then it had a big red day. Now with the red day, I'm going to show you guys a huge red day in the first 2 hours. But when I saw the orders come in for this, it was in the first hour. So that really showed conviction to the upside, even though the stock took a big hit in the first hour. And one way I can show you guys that is I'm going to just show you guys sweeps. Was it sweeps or was it 32 sweeps? It might be the sweeps. So we're going to do the sweeps. Let me see. We're going to exclude Tesla because Tesla and Apple, because they just flood the entire options flow. Okay, it wasn't. Oh, AMC is another one that I'm kind of low-key interested in. But let me talk about, I think 32 open was the filter that I had on here. Yeah, here it is. It came in at 1024, and it was a $64,000 order that came in. They basically bought these at 16 cents, $16. This was the spread at the time, so they definitely got that near the ask. So in my opinion, they were pretty eager to get in on this. And you can see around the first 2 hours, they started getting these shares around this price, around $7. So I'm thinking we see a bounce off of this. And the reason I say that is because this has been a pretty good support on it. And so definitely take your profits, maybe around 750. But this one will be definitely one to watch. Just, well, not definitely be one to watch, but I just like the huge pullback. I think green day on Monday maybe, or Tuesday. Just my opinion though. So this is one that I found through Unusual Wells. So let me know what you guys think. And if you guys have any tickers, let me know in the comments. Put them in the chat. Everybody's kind of dead right now. For earnings though, let's talk about earnings. I haven't even looked at these. I already highlighted the ones that could be interesting. And CarMax might be a good play to the downside. You guys saw with Carvana, what happened to that. That was a disaster, right? They're basically going to go bankrupt. And this short-term bull rally or this relief bounce, I would not buy into it. It's still technically in a downtrend. I mean, you could do that through here. Still in a downtrend. And, I mean, just the straight-up thing for this is going to be their debt. They have like 4 billion. Was it 4 billion or 8 billion in debt? Yeah, it's just, they're going to go poof, basically, in my opinion. Like, go bankrupt. So, they're making 14 billion a year, but this is their cash balance sheet right here. Cash balance sheet, 1 billion, they have 8 billion in debt. Like, there's no way they pay all this off. So, this one's most likely going to go bankrupt. In my opinion, just stay away from it. It's going to be a meme stock now, basically. And I also was listening or hearing that the founders sold tons of shares like at the top. So obviously he has no conviction in the stock. So he sold, he pumped and dumped it, and basically made tons of money, and then now it's gonna go bankrupt. So basically, I mean, I don't want to get diverging, but well, actually, let me show you guys their earnings. Their earnings were bad. They missed by 40%. So basically, what's going on with cars and car inventory is they overpaid for cars. Now people are starting to, you know, care more about the dollar, be more stingy with their money. So they're not splurging, they're not buying cars. They're definitely not buying them at overvalued retail locations like Carvana or, you know, because if you guys, I don't know if you ever look for a car, but when you go to these places, the salesmen, they have to get their cut, right? So what do? They bump the market price on it, like, I don't know, 15, maybe 15%. So the commission for the salesman, they can get their cut, right? So you're already paying above market just to get the car. And now what's going to happen is the opposite's happening with inventory. Well, inventory is they bought a whole bunch of inventory, right, to meet demand. But now what's happening with inventory is it's not being sold, right? And then demand's actually coming down, right? But meanwhile, Carvana's up here with all their inventory. And so now they're going to have to take an L on all this. And that's where all their debt is. Basically, they bought tons of cars, tons of inventory, and now they're not going to be able to get rid of it because demand is coming down. People are trying to feed themselves. So I would think it's the same thing with all the business models across car gurus, Carvana, CarMax. What's the other one? Shift. Is it Car Lots or Lots? I think this one actually got acquired or something. They merged. But yeah, I would just stay away from these kind of things. So this one actually already broke trend going into earnings. I mean, we could see a big move down. I would think possibly, I mean, it's not going to be a huge move, maybe 55. But the thing I like about this play is it's not till Thursday. So you could actually, let's just say the market's red, you could, start buying a position here and then just sell before earnings. Just get out, take your profits. That's ideally what would happen, ideally what I would do if it's going to be bearish and the market's going to go down. So we broke trend, right? And now we could continue to see this retouch of the previous low. And then if you're nervous about holding into earnings, just sell out, right? So that the stock could come down to these levels, but just take your profits in. And then, because it could spike up on some crazy algorithm or something that, how the market is. I don't have to teach you guys that. I think you guys know the market's kind of rigged. But yeah, this one definitely an opportunity. I think I saw puts on this was it, I think it was on, let's just look at hot chains. KMX, I think I saw puts on this bad boy. Yeah, we saw $60 puts for this week, $1 million come in, 4,600 volume. It is like a 27% of a multi-leg, so not all this money is going to be straight up or appear to be bearish. But yeah, definitely interesting one to play. They even have $55 calls or puts, and these have about $7,600,000 bearish on the puts. So let me know what you guys think. We're just kind of chilling, being casual. Nobody's in the chat. What's up? Well, everybody's quiet right now. I mean, we only have like a couple people in here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think we did a good recap on the market. We got a couple plays. They can go both ways. Hey, that rhymed. So hit your boy with the plays. Hope your boy stays. Yeah, I'm gonna stop because let me grab my charger real quick. Got the backup charger by the office desk. Just my phone's about to die, so in case somebody needs me, gotta be online, brother. So those are all the plays I got so far. Let's look at some of the previous plays from like early. Oh, before I go, I'm not gonna go anywhere, but this is one that I still like is natural gas. I'm sure you guys hear me talking about this one. The pattern, the chart does technically look bearish. I'm not gonna lie, no cap. It's in a downtrend. It also looks like a double top up here, right? This is the neckline, and it kind of makes a smiley face, right? But it looks like a neckline. Oh fuck! It looks like the neckline broke, right? So it's low key bearish. So the downside would probably be honestly like something like about 250, about 350. Nah, it's like 18, maybe 20 bucks. The downside, but I just like natural gas thesis. Like I just like natural gas right now. We have a winter storm coming up. We have everything going on in Europe and stuff. So although the technicals kind of look bearish, right, as the double top, it could also be maybe a double bottom or some sort of triple bottom or something, right? So I'm trying to stay optimistic with this one. I just got shares on this like at, let me check, because I told some people in Discord what I got. By the way, the Discord is not a place where I'm going to be calling out plays. It's just a place where we can chat and chill and stuff. But we got a couple people in there. Pretty chill people. No, but I got it at 24.35. So I'm up. I bought shares because I can't do the options with slow commodity plays like this. But I'm definitely hoping for some upside. Maybe a retouch of this neckline here that we have. And then I'll dump. So this is a perfect like swinging opportunity stock for me. Like I don't stay in this one for long. I just make like a 3% gain and then get out. With this one, I go pretty big on position side with my shares and stuff, so I make some decent money. But yeah, I'm maybe expecting a retouch of like the lower levels of this, like 25, 30, it's 26 maybe, being generous. But yeah, I just like because it could be just one day where natural gas just spikes up. It happened before early this week, and that's actually when I made my first big bread on it. So yeah, it spiked up. It did sell off the rest of the day, but I made some good money. Was it Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember. I made some decent bread on this one though. So this is one to watch, and the reason I follow this one is not the best pattern. It's just I think I was comparing this one to some other stocks that are related to natural gas, and I think it's the one that I like the most compared to like debt ratio and stuff. It only has 2 million in debt, whereas some of these other EQT, was it EQT? I think has like, this is another natural gas play. They have like way more debt. There's another one. What do I? There's a few other. You can look up natural gas stocks. Natural gas stocks, if you want. Yeah, you can look these up, but see, I like Cortera the best. I went through these, and I like the balance sheet on this one the best. I like the revenue. That's the only reason I stick to this one, because worst case scenario is it goes down. I'm getting a dividend, 68 cents, and there's still that opportunity of a natural gas play. So that's why I'm not too nervous of buying shares on this one. It's just, dude, honestly, there was this one day, I think, what was it, Friday? No, Thursday. The market was down as like, oh yeah, you saw the market was down huge, but my stock was holding up nicely, brother. Like, I was actually up, right? So that's why I still feel low-key bullish on the natural gas. A lot of tailwinds coming up. The downside, the headwind, the bearish thesis is demand destruction just across the board. Like, we go into a recession, like, just wipe out any natural gas. Like, all commodities are gonna get clapped, because yeah, it's game over. Like, just yeah, basically. But yeah, looking at this, like, support, decent support here, like, I ain't too worried about it, for real. So let me know what you guys think. I only got two votes right now. It's 50-50. You guys gotta give me some direction. We feeling bullish or what's up? Damn, what's the move? What's the move? Oh no, that's not. That's an old comment. I think that's it, fellas. That's it. Let me look at some. Yeah, we were gonna look at some of these plays. So Carnival. Where's this? Is this past $11 now, or no? Is it still under 10? Carnival CC. Oh, that's right. CCO is the ticker for it. Where we at? 845. Ooh. So what I see here right now is strong support level here. Obviously, we're in a downtrend. It looked like it just broke its uptrend. Any sign of hope? It's like making that droopy drop now. And it could come down. I would just be watching, like, was it like 8:30? 8:30 something around this level. Hold on, I just got the notification for my boy. Ooh. Touchdown pass throw my tool. Okay, let's go. I benched him, by the way. I had to bench him. I put in the boy Herbie fully loaded. This will probably be the bottom for it. $8, I think. What do you guys think? I don't know how to feel about this thing. It keeps going. It went down this earnings, did it? This one was in the morning on the Friday. Friday. Oh, it went up. Went up even though it's going bankrupt. And then here, Friday? They like to do this thing on Friday, huh? It went down. It opened up here, closed. It opened up. It closed at 9:13, opened at 8:45, and then it sold off. So honestly, this looks like some data burn kind of move. So this one might be a play for the day after. So don't get puts here, don't get calls here. But then since it reports in the morning, it looks like the move is the day after. Like the day, since it's in the morning, it's going to be before the market. And then that's when it has its bigger move. Is that right? Yeah, see? Because look, Friday right here, the 24th, it opened, so the previous close was 960. It opened at 970. It didn't move, so it crushed all calls and stuff. And then it did the move that day after it posted, and it went from 970 all the way to 1070. Now, that's not to say it's going to do the same thing again. And maybe because I'm saying that, it's going to do the opposite and it's actually going to move. But sometimes history does help you out, you know. Low-key, what I'm seeing here is a possibility of inverse head and shoulders here, possibility. But that's all going to depend if it can hold this level up here with like $8. That's going to depend if it can hold $8. That was the first thing I noticed on the chart. Right, so I'm thinking retouch of $8, and then maybe it starts bouncing off. But let's look at some of the balance sheet on this one, because I forgot how much it owes, honestly. Not gonna lie. So 10 billion market cap, doesn't have the dividend anymore, I'm pretty sure. 9 billion in revenue. Oof, no way, brother. Come on. 35 billion in debt. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't play this to the upside. I don't think so. It's just nasty. It's just kind of gross. But don't play the downside until after earnings, because it could kill your puts. Right? What do you guys think? It must just be computer bots in here because nobody's chatting. What's up with that? Must be just the computer, not gonna lie. Just computer bots in the chat, watching the video. Alright, so that's my thoughts on Carvana. Micron, bearish as fuck. You already know. Chips are bearish right now. Yeah, bearish. Where's it at? Oh, it did good on earnings, but it didn't move. Yeah, this looks nasty, not gonna lie. Just cause it broke the trend here. Again, it looks like a double top up here, some sort. So I would think this is gonna be like the neckline. This right here, going into right now. I guess 51 or 50 is the neckline. Before we start seeing newer lows down to like 42, 45. Damn. Nasty, brother. The boy Plug Man posted some Instagram reel. I'll see it later because I'm streaming right now. Damn. Yeah, I can't show it on screen right now. Double top maybe right here, brother. Not gonna lie. Bearish. We've got support at 48. We got support at 50. But bearish. I don't think the chips are gonna be doing good next year either, because they oversupplied too, right? No, they're undersupplied. They undersupplied when they needed to be supplied, and now that they're catching up with supply, demand's coming down, so they kind of fucked themselves, I think. Yup. I'm thinking bearishness on this one. They beat earnings for some reason all the time, is what this looking like, but it moved down. It moved down right here. It moved kind of down sideways. Yeah, I've learned not to play earnings, but sometimes the trends will help. Okay, so just a quick idea on that one. FedEx and Nike, I low-key straight up feel bearish on FedEx. They've already talked about recession for 2 quarters now, and they moved up on earnings, I think, right? What was it? They moved down for earnings, but then didn't they just have an earnings where they moved up? Or did they move it back out? Wow, they didn't. Oh no, it was UPS, brother. UPS. Yeah, UPS. Oh, this is gross. Let me clear some of this out. Yeah, UPS, it went up for some reason. The morning. No, it didn't do anything. No, it did go up. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like FedEx said recession and bearish, it gapped down, and then going into UPS, market still went up. So that's why I don't trust FedEx. And I don't trust UPS. But at this point, I think we could see some downside. Like we were trading down here for earnings. It's not like the situation's got any better. We've been consolidating for a good amount, so I'm expecting a move to the downside down at like 150 again. I'm thinking. Not gonna lie. Let's look at the chains. Let's see if there's anything unusual up here. FedEx. Straight up we see 170 puts, bullish. There's no multi-legs, which is good to see. I hate multi-legs. FedEx 172 calls. So we are already at 170. Looks like they're selling the 170 puts. It looks like they're buying. No, they're selling the calls. They're selling the puts. They're selling the puts. So what I see from this is they're expecting no movement. So if they're selling the calls and they're selling the puts, that means that earnings is going to stay sideways, because then they're just going to collect the premium, you know. So it could be this one moves after earnings, like the move, kind of like what I was saying with Carvana. Maybe it does the move after. What you guys think? You guys feeling that one or no? I honestly won't play this one because, yeah, this move was historical, and I don't think market lets it do it. I don't think it does again. People are probably going to buy into it expecting something like this, and it's going to probably go sideways. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at what UPS did. UPS did the up, right? But then it came back down. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, wait, here we go. UPS. On the morning. So it closed. Yeah, see, look at that. It closed 167, and then it opened up 172, ended up closing back down at 167. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could be quick with it, but this one actually doesn't look bad. Look, it looks like it's about to break trend. Could be a good opportunity to start getting puts. It looks like the downside would be maybe somewhere to like 175, $3 move. Damn. It could be consolidating still though, right? So it's forming this trend here. So it could consolidate here. So consolidate, 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 consolidate. The move to the upside or something. Or it could just straight up break off. And if it breaks this trend, then it's game over, brother. Get the puts. Think 170. Anyway, fuck, how we feeling? How we feeling? We got 4 votes now. Everybody's on the Santa rally, okay? I mean, I'm not mad at y'all. I do see some bullishness. The bullish side ones I would be taking would be Microsoft, like I said, to the upside, just because of this support. And then I haven't talked about this one, but DraftKings might low-key be something to look into. So just filled the gap. I mean, we could maybe see one more day of red day, but at these levels, brother, I mean, I would start looking at some calls, or not calls, but some shares at least, because it's a anti-recessionary sector, I think. Like, motherfuckers are still gonna want to bet. We still got the NFL. Even after NFL, we've got NBA, we've got baseball, as much as I don't like baseball. But we've got like a whole bunch of sports that are just gonna benefit, right? Got huge sell-off. I'm looking for a nice little drop to 1150, maybe cop a couple shares. The last move on this was this consolidation, then breakout. So now we're in a downtrend, right? We could hit the lows, new lows, but that's going to depend on this level, I think, 1150. So that's going to be definitely one that, you know, it's going to be teasing people, right? And the reason I say it's a good level here is because we've got levels of previous history around here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I think I explained stuff pretty well tonight. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's look at some of our old history stuff. AMD, MOS, what happened to MOS? Let's go look at MOS. Yeah, we talked about this one. We had the pennant. We had the pennant here. Yeah, it's crazy. It's finally breaking down. Wheat's coming off. But it is at a strong support, not gonna lie. Like $43. We can trace that back all the way back here. Like, no cap. This is an area of support. So I see maybe more downside of 43, and then maybe close the short. Following this big consolidation phase, it's finally moving under. Yeah, that's crazy. E for this one, bearish momentum. MACD has way more downside to go. Plus, wheat's not gonna be hype until they start planting stuff again, right? So So I don't really know how the wheat cycle works, honestly, not gonna lie. But I think right now they've got inventory, right? They just harvest like beginning of the year. So wheat doesn't become a concern until like mid-year, I think. What do you guys think? I like this song though. Damn. El Diablo Cariano. Yeah. I'm gonna say that in English, brother. So what's next? What's next on the books, fellas? What's next? What we got next? Let's look. Chewy, Docu, GameStop, Airbnb, Snows. Let's look at what Chewy's saying. What they talking over there? What they saying over here? Boring consolidation for a long ass time. I mean, I don't know. This is low-key boring, honestly. It's holding up nicely, surprisingly. I don't know why. That's weird, huh? It could be they're forming this cup. I would look for this breakout of 47 up here. Not even a cup, honestly, but it does look low-key kind of nice. Also, if it's not a cup, it's a triangle here. Oh, let me show you guys. Got a triangle forming. So I know this doesn't help you guys, but let me just extend this support level up here. So it could be a triangle. So it could come like this, right? Breakout, or it could just straight up break out now. I think. Just go ahead and go with the cup, you know. Got a cup and handle right here. Steaming hot too, actually. Shit. Wow. Oh my goodness. So I'm leaning more to the triangle consolidation phase. So probably, and I'm bearish on the market. So maybe retouch of 35. It's just kind of nasty because on the daily it doesn't do anything ever. It just goes sideways. But I'm leaning more to the bearish side, 35-ish. Not gonna lie. Anyway, let me look at my fantasy stuff real quick, because I'm gonna make sure your boy's still off the playoffs. No, I didn't make the playoffs. If they got my ass. So Stephon Diggs only did 9 points. Wait, hold on. What quarter are we on? Third quarter? Oh fuck. He's gonna still make like a good 16 points, I think. Well, I put Christian Watson in because he's gonna ball, I think. He usually wants to show up for your boy. What else we got on the list, fellas? Nobody's got any question. What's going on? Cosmo, trippy meme stocks, pigs. He's a clown. Cosmo took a dump. MMA it got delisted. These are the ones from last week, and we still feel good on these actually. Cratera still feel good. SoFi, did I talk about SoFi? I'm pretty sure I talked about SoFi. If you guys like these tickers though, let me know in the comments. SoFi daily. Yeah, we still like SoFi. Because of the consolidation, man. The consolidation phase is real. No, I like it because it closed green. We talked about that one. Should I cover any more stocks? Nike might be the only one that's worth a look. Let's pull it up. Nike, where you at? I think I saw some nastiness on Nike. Yeah, look at that. We got the trend right here, clearly broken. Oof. Remove all the drawings so we can keep the trends. I need to go back into a 4-hour and get some trend. Yeah, the trend is broke. I think the low end is gonna be this previous low, which is gonna be, I think just take it straight to 100 at this point. What do you guys think? Because psychologically, I mean, it could be 100 the second support, and then maybe 103 the first support, because we got some history right here. Regardless, I'm gonna be bearish for it. So yeah, I think bearishness on this one. And we've got a lot to fall down to. Yeah. 94, 95. What did I say was the thumbnail? Because I don't want to mislead people today. Let me go back. Dead. I might just keep this video short if we don't have any questions. What did I say for the ticker? Dana rally canceled, right? Live watch list. Okay, no, I didn't bait anybody. Okay, good. I didn't bait anybody. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Nike more downside I'm seeing. Got the trend right here. This is what these are the range levels right here. 103 up to 109. I say we touch this before we touch 109, or we yeah, or we touch 109 and then come down. But the bearish momentum there and the MACD, I say we come down here, this range right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Should we just cruise through the unusual flow now? Let's do that. Let's go through the unusual flow. Let's go unusual flow. Let's see what we can follow up. And clear out the list really quick. 50. We're gonna do 2 there. 35 days. This is my go-to filter. I like just using this. And then we're gonna do just puts right now. And we're gonna exclude Tesla. Always gotta exclude Tesla and Apple. Oh, Apple's another good play too, but I'm not gonna talk about that one this time. FND, $70 puts, $75. That's expecting a 7%, almost a 7% move. So if you guys are interested in this one, let me know. It looks like it just filled the gap right here. MACD is crossing underneath. Let me go to a daily time frame. Technically still in an uptrend right here. But they did get extra time on these, so they don't expire until mid-January. So this one might be a little early to get in. There's also a possibility of like a huge double bottom right here. So I would not look at puts on this one just yet. I would most likely just work on this uptrend that we got here. So we're gonna bypass that real quick. Next one on the list, MDGL 60. It's a 97% multi-leg, so I'm not interested in it. So we're gonna skip it. Healy, 0%, $34 till expiration, $85 puts for mid. This one's interesting. It's $1 million of premium with 5,000. Here's those CarMax puts that we were talking about earlier. 4,600, insane, bro. CarMax might take a dump for earnings, or going into earnings for sure, at least. Plus, they got hella debt, I think. Healy, though. Let's take a Healy. Healy Unlimited. They got puts on this one for $85 puts. I can see that. The bottom is down here. It looks like it's getting back underneath the trend, and it broke the bullish side of the trend, the uptrend. This one looks bearish, honestly. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna say bearish on Healy right off the bat. Just I'm not feeling it. What's next on the books here? AMD $65 puts. For a few weeks out, they're only up 11% for some reason, because they're close to the money, so they're not gonna move that much. So AN, I think I saw this one and I was like super bearish on this one. AN, I was bearish on it. Let me look at it real quick. Auto Nation, it's just nasty. Yeah, it just looks bad. It does have good support, but I would say it's going to come back down to 105, 106. Yeah, I don't like this one. It just broke the trend too. Look at that. It just broke trend. Bearish momentum. Yep. I would be bearish on this one. Awesome. You guys look into that more. What's the next one? What's the next one? Lulu 315 puts a few weeks out. $600,000. What's that's a 1%, almost 2% move, so not too big. Healy, there's another Healy one, but this is a spread, it looks like. So just kind of backing up some of, there's the puts for Nike, the 103s. Okay, that makes sense. Ali, $24 puts. Nike, another Nike. Okay, I see you. GXO. I think this one was interesting for sure. I've never seen this stock before in my life, but it does look bearish. And it seems kind of early still to get bearish on this one. Transportation, air freight, couriers. This one might be the play, brother. Courier, $40 puts. It's 5% move to the downs. Oh, fuck. It's got the multi-leg. So it could be downside, but it might just be a slow mover. It still looks bearish, though, from the chart. DraftKings puts, $12 puts. That makes sense. That's a lot of money, actually. 7,600 for the 12 this week. That makes a lot of sense, actually, because we're targeting like 1150, remember? So yeah, DraftKings is bearish, low key. But then we can see the bounce at that, so take the profits. CRM. Okay, so this starts getting into smaller money, so I don't really care about that. I'm gonna let you guys look at the call side. You guys just flip it and do the call side. I'll let you guys do that on your free time. If you guys want to sign up, you can sign up through my link and you'll get 5% off, or you can just sign up for free. Just sign up for free using my link, and then later you can use the promo, and then if you later sign up or upgrade, you can still get credit at your 5%. I was looking at this GXO. It kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders here. Could be. But does that make sense? Downside for it? Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Technicals are down. Okay, yeah, I see you. Sell pressure. Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. So I would be bearish on this. Plus this transportation. Something happened with there was a transportation one that started going down. Was it CIX? Sim? Yeah, shipping services. Something happened with this one. Yeah, see, last time we charted this was this. Wow. OG hasn't changed though. Yeah, last time we charted, we had some consolidation breaking this trend. Huge sell off. Crazy, bro. $17. Yeah, I like GXO. I'm gonna add that to my list for sure. Let me slap that on my watch list so I don't forget about it. Okay. Well, okay, I think that's gonna wrap up the video, guys. I appreciate those that tuned in. If you guys have any questions later, feel free to put them in the chat, or hit the notification bell, subscribe please, and you can join me in the next stream and catch me live, and we can do stock recap and whatever it may be. But yeah, just stay vigilant on that market. It's crazy out there, so just protect your money. You guys have a good weekend, and appreciate all the support. Make sure to hit the like button if you can. Check out all the affiliate links down below. Unusual Whales also have the TradingView. You can save a little bit for signing up. But yeah, appreciate everything you guys do, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Shout out Mr. Rocket for tuning in. You guys have a great evening. Peace.